Good morning, everyone. Apologies for the lack of daily videos, but I have been a little bit under the weather. There's quite a bit of a temperature difference that's occurring at the moment, and I think it's just that type of season where flus are coming along. Thank goodness it's not COVID. In today's video, I am calling out to all of those foreigners that are based in Shanghai. So many of you may have read articles and news updates and e-campaigns about the social insurance rates that are now applicable to foreigners in Shanghai. For those of you who aren't aware, let me give you a bit of a backstory. In about 2011, the government came out saying that all foreigners residing in China would be required to contribute to the social insurance schemes that the local mainland Chinese contribute. And based on where you are residing, you would follow the rates that are applicable in that city because social insurance rates vary depending on what city that you live in. In some cities like Beijing, it was automatically mandatory. If you have a foreigner that's based there, they are required to contribute to the social insurance scheme, as are you. Now in Shanghai, there has been an exemption for foreigners since 2011. Make a very long story a short story, and I'm not going to use the right terminology with everything, but just to sum it up very briefly, is that there was a memo that was issued in 2011 basically saying foreigners did not have to contribute to the social insurances. They could do it on a voluntary basis. Now, of course, I'd probably say 99% of all foreigners did not contribute. It was a cost saving on the company side, cost saving on the foreigner side, and ultimately, as a foreigner, are you really going to go into the social insurance scheme and follow the rules that you have to abide by there? Not really. You're going to go with your medical insurance, your external insurance to go to the foreign clinics and whatnot. Now that memo has run out. And the big question mark is, so to backtrack, it ran out in August. And now the big question mark is, do foreigners have to pay social insurance in Shanghai? So there is this pool of payroll agents and whatnot that are just going ahead and saying all foreigners need to contribute. And then you've got this other pool of professionals that are in the thought of, well, there's been no extension of that memo, but there's also been no memo issued saying that foreigners have to contribute to the social insurance. And with discussions with tax officers, this is totally not on their priority list. They're still focusing on COVID tax regulations. They're focusing on so many other issues that this is not a priority. So I am calling out to the foreigners in Shanghai. I'd love for you to be able to comment. What are you doing? What has your philosophy been? Are you waiting it out until there's a formal draft? Have you been doing salary simulations so that you know what the impact would be if this draft comes out and they say, right, from August 2021, you've got to pay social insurances? What have your actions been to understand what the situation is going to be for you and your salaries? Alternatively, I call out to the companies that hire foreigners in Shanghai. What has your action plan been? What have you been doing? I'd love to hear and try and get a consensus out there of what people have been doing. And I hope people are confident enough to share their thoughts in the chats, in the comments section, so we can start running. This is not a debate. I'm not here to get people angry. It's just an idea of what are people doing, right? What is the action plan that people have taken? And for those that are in the professional services, whether legal services, payroll services, what have you been advising your clients on? I'd love to hear the feedback. Please do let me know. Add it into the comments section. If you want to send it privately to me, please do that as well. I'll provide my email address, and if you've got questions around social insurances and how that impacts foreigners, please do that as well. We've been doing simulations, and I've sort of told foreigners, let's wait it out, that we get a formal recognition from the Labor Bureau as well as from the Tax Bureau about what the situation is, because social insurances are now paid to the tax bureaus, to see then what happens. So please interact, get feedback, and hopefully we can share ideas on what people are doing. Have a fantastic day. Take care, and hope to see you tomorrow. Bye.